Hey royalties, kings and queens, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Royalty, back with another celebrity relationship gist. To my returning subscribers, you guys are the real MVP, and if you're new, you're so welcome. So today on relationship gist, it is Kerry Washington, and this one is with her family relationship, you guys. By now, you already have heard that Kerry Washington has revealed some family secrets, and she opens up about her family struggles in her memoir, Thicker Than Water by Kerry Washington. In her memoir, Thicker Than Water, the Emmy-nominated actress known for her roles in ABC's Scandal writes about her life, her career, and her lifelong journey to finding herself. She opens up about her family and early life, finding her footing in acting, and how personal struggles such as facing her insecurities and being what she wants and not what she thinks others want her to be. One of the top revelations that people are currently talking about that was shared from her memoir was Kerry Washington's father and other family secrets. That her father is not her real biological father. Washington's memoir brings family secret to light. She talks about her grandparents and her parents from whom she is an only child. Her family was one that colored inside the line. She writes, "We were innovators, entrepreneurs, but we were not rule breakers. They were also great pretenders to each other and to the world. They acted like the family wasn't suffering, that everything was fine." She also talks about the fraught relationship between her parents, Earl and Valerie Washington, and what they dreamed about, fought about, and carried as burdens. At a young age, Washington began to feel anxiety around her parents' expectations. She decided she wanted to be perfect because she thought perfection was what would make her parents happy. April 2018, Kerry Washington's parents called her and said they had to talk, that it couldn't wait, as she began that year to record an episode of the PBS series Finding Your Roots with Professor Henry Louis Gates Jr. Her father began experiencing panic attacks. With their parents looming and unable to avoid the truth any longer, her parents sat her down and told her the truth about her conception. They had struggled to conceive, so they opted for artificial insemination. They didn't know and they didn't want to know anything about the man except that he was healthy and black. But her parents' clear pain in the revelation made Washington feel something else. She writes, "Excited, elated, alive, electric." She liked the truth about it. She liked that their secret would force them to push aside false pretenses. It would make room for unconditional love, she told her parents. So the excerpt I just read is from US Today by 𝕊𝕦𝕓𝕗𝕚𝕚. So this came as a huge shock to a lot of her fans and almost everyone who got a wind of this information, because the Emmy award-winning actress was learning about her true identity for the first time at age 42. Kerry Washington is 46 years old, but she learned about this information in 2018 while she was 42 years old. Imagine learning that the man you have known your whole life as your dad is not your dad, but that you were bred through artificial insemination from someone your parents do not know. So the chances of you finding who your real father is very unlikely. But this came as a huge shock, and the fans were reacting in shock, in pity, and those who could relate were also relatable with her story.
So my parents sat me down and told me that that my dad is not my biological father, that I was born from a sperm donor. And this was shocking to me, and also not, right? Like it was that thing of like, I was shocked because it was not the story I had been told and not the story we had been living.
Of course, this was going to be shocking to everybody who was going to receive this kind of news at this time. She said she's always felt a disconnect with herself, with her parents, and she never knew what to ascribe it to. She just felt out of place sometimes, and now it all made sense.
Never knew why, and suddenly it was like the pieces all fell into place. It was actually like, it was like there had been this beautiful puzzle on the wall of our home that had this one wrong piece in it, but it was close enough that everybody just pretended that the painting was perfect. You know, everybody was like, "It's gorgeous, it's beautiful." If you got close enough, you could see that there was a missing puzzle piece, but since we all ignored it, we all kind of forgot about it. And when my parents told me, it was like somebody finally took that wrong puzzle piece that had been like jammed into place and pulled it out. And we got to all be honest about like that piece was wrong. And we don't even know what the missing piece is because I don't know who the donor is. But at least now the painting is honest.
Like you heard her, she said it was a shock. Of course, that would be devastating for anybody, but also that it was relieving for her because she has always felt out of place, out of touch, sometimes with her parents, and always felt a little different. And what is even more sad about this is that there are millions of other people living like Kerry Washington in the same situation, feeling out of touch, feeling like an outsider in their home, but they cannot place it just because the family is holding the truth away from them. Let's see some of the reactions and what the fans are saying, because currently people still feel like since the parents were literally forced because of the show she was on at the time on PBS to tell the truth, and they had no intention of telling her the truth, that the chances are they're probably lying about the so-called truth. Let's see some of the comments. It's very important to tell children these things to validate their intuitive knowing. When we hide things from children and they know for sure that something ain't right, a false sense of self can ripple through someone's entire life. This person say they told her when she was 42 years old. That is awful. Another person say waiting until she was 42 is absolutely irresponsible parenting. We fail as parents when we lie to our children because we can't regulate our own emotions. She was doing a genealogy TV show on PBS that would require her DNA. It's a shame that would have never told her. Okay, that's a typo there. Probably not true. They likely were on a break and sleeping with other people. And that's what people are saying. This person says they didn't want to tell her. They told her because she was going on the Finding Your Roots show and they would be tracing her DNA, so they didn't want her to be embarrassed. And another person said they probably lied. It sounded like they were essing other people and lost track. What age should they have told her? Now this is the comment people are still saying. Sperm donor, is that what her mother is saying to cover up how she got pregnant? Don't know why I have this feeling. And let's see the comments under that. I'm wondering if it's word play as well. She's 44 years old. Actually, she's 46. I'm wondering how likely her folks, professor mom, real estate dad, used the fertility clinic. Not saying they couldn't, but what's the likelihood? And one with black sperm, and another said exactly that part. I know a couple of elders who have done this and they had to fly to America in those days, so it definitely was available and they were offered African American sperm, so it's not as uncommon as you may think. Not saying it wasn't possible, but the likelihood is very, very, very small, especially in the 1970s. For AA folks to want AA male sperm via donor was in the single digit, because experts say there are many reasons why sperm banks don't have more black donors. For one, sperm banks historically have been run by white people who were targeting white donors and white clients. Additionally, black people have a long history of mistreatment in the name of medicine and science. A story is interesting nonetheless. A lot of people said my sentiments exactly about the mom cheating. Your intuition is correct. This comment saying the mother was cheating, stop. Maybe the father was impotent. Clearly, that was what the specialist said. You don't know the story, so stop. It was probably hard for the parents, especially the father. He raised her for someone like me. My father was MIA. I would have loved a father figure, and that is so true. Guys, whatever the situation is, Kerry Washington has shared her story. Her mother is her mother. Her dad is not her biological dad, but he still raised her. And she feels like this whole truth has revealed, some kind of sincerity and honesty, and would help their relationship to be more honest and to have more true love between them. I don't think she thinks that her parents are lying any further, but people are going to say what they want to say, and people are free to have their own intuition in subject matters like this. But I still find it wrong that the parents waited this long. I mean, they could have told her when she's able to comprehend, as early as when the child can understand. In preteen is good enough. When she's a preteen is a good enough time to have taught her, not when she's a whole 42 years old. 41 by the calculation in 2018, and she's 46 now. I think she was a whole 41 years old before they revealed this information. So I don't particularly like parents hiding such information from their kids, like we saw on with the Kirk Franklin case, finding out about his dad through DNA, and his mom up to date is still saying that that is not your father, even though the man looks so much like Kirk Franklin, and the DNA proves that he is 99.9, I think, that he is his father. So I don't know why some parents do that. Some mothers do that just because the man hurt them and they decide that their child will never know him. I think it's irresponsible, and it's not their place to decide that for their children. But what are your thoughts, you guys? This is sad because a lot of people are currently in that situation, living with parents that are not theirs, or part parents that are not theirs and they do not even know. You guys share your thoughts in the comment section. You know I like to hear your opinion. And if you got to this point of the video, do not forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on the post notification bell to not miss another video. Until the next one, remember to pray, work out, work smart, and slay. Bye bye.